The First Well,
The first well,
retold by Bookbox.
retold by Bookbox.
There once was a small kingdom around a lake.
There once was a small kingdom around the lake.
One very hot summer,
One very hot summer,
it did not rain, and the lake dried up.
it did not rain, and the lake dried up.
People grew anxious and went to the king.
People grew anxious and went to the king.
It has not rained for so long.
It has not rained for so long.
Our fields are barren,
Our fields are barren,
said the farmers.
said the farmer.
There are no fish to catch.
There are no fish to catch.
How shall we earn a living?
How shall we earn a living?
Asked the fisherman.
Asked the fisherman.
Save us from disaster, good king,
Save us from disaster, good king,
urged the women,
urged the woman,
as their children cried with thirst.
as their children cried with thirst.
The king sent his 4 generals.
The king sent his 4 generals
In all directions to look for water.
in all directions to look for water.
The first general went east towards the sunrise.
The first general went east toward the sunrise.
The second went south to the dust and heat.
The second went south to the dirt and heat.
The third went west where the sun sets.
The third went west where the sun sets.
And the fourth followed the North Star.
And the fourth followed the North Star.
They searched day and night.
They searched day and night,
Night and day,
night and day.
high and low they searched,
High and low they searched,
everywhere,
everywhere,
but in vain.
but in vain.
3 of the generals returned,
3 of the generals returned,
empty-handed.
empty-handed.
But the general who had gone north
But the general who had gone north
was determined not to fail his king.
was determined not to fail his king.
At last he reached a cold mountain village.
At last, he reached a cold mountain village.
As he sat at the foot of the mountain, an old woman came by and sat next to him.
As he sat at the foot of the mountain, an old woman came by and sat next to him.
The general pointed at the horizon
The general pointed at the horizon
and said,
and said,
I belong to a beautiful kingdom
I belong to a beautiful kingdom
where it has not rained for a whole year.
where it's not rained for a whole year.
Can you help me find water?
Can you help me find water?
The woman motioned the general to
The woman motioned the general
follow her up the mountain and into a cave.
to follow her up the mountain and into the lake. The cave.
We have no water in our country either, she said.
We have no water in our country either, she said.
Then, pointing to the icicles in the cave, she continued,
Then pointing to the icicle in the cave, she continued.
We call this ice.
We call this ice.
Take some, and your kingdom will never go thirsty again.
Touch some, and your kingdom will never go thirsty again.
The general broke off a huge piece.
The general broke up a huge piece.
Loaded it onto his horse cart,
Loaded it onto his horse cart,
and rushed back home.
and rode back home.
By the time he reached the court,
By the time he reached the court,
the enormous icicle had melted into a small lump of ice.
and most of the ices had melted into a small clump of ice.
Nobody in the court had ever seen ice.
Nobody in the court had ever seen ice,
So everybody gazed at it with wonder.
so everybody gazed at it with wonder.
This must be a water seed.
This must be a water seed,
One of the ministers exclaimed suddenly.
one of the ministers exclaimed suddenly.
The king ordered the water seed to be sowed immediately.
The king ordered the water seed to be shouldered immediately.
While the farmers dug a hole, the lump dwindled in the sun.
While the farmers dug a hole, the lumber, the window in the sun,
They swiftly placed the seed in the hole.
they swiftly placed the seed in the hole.
But before they could cover it up,
But before they could cover it up,
it had vanished.
it had vanished.
The farmers there grew confused and worried.
The farmer there grew confused and worried.
They dug deeper and deeper into the earth.
They dug deeper and deeper into the earth.
All night long, looking for the mysterious seed.
All night long, looking for mysterious seed.
At the break of dawn, the king found the farmers fast asleep around a hole.
At the break of dawn, the king found the farmers fast asleep around the hall.
Curious, he peeped in and cried out in amazement.
Serious, he peeped in and crowded out in amazement.
"Wake up, my worthy man!
Wake up, my worthy man!
The water seed has sprouted.
The water seed has sprouted.
There's water in the hole."
There's water in the hole.
This is how the first well was created.
This is how the first well was created.